So let's get into it. I wanted to talk about the demise of Porsha and Shamea's friendship. I know you guys watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we have all heard before that Porsha is a bad friend to Shamea. And I have good memory. I wanted to point out a few things. To start off, these girls have been friends since teenage years, and from what I've heard and out of Shamea's mouth, Shamea was actually the one who was in the spotlight. She had a deal with music, and she was actually a singer in high school. And Porsha has a legacy with her grandfather, who was also known and famous as a civil rights leader, Hosea. So these two actually have a history of being known and in spotlight. Now, when it comes to being on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha was on the show first. She was married to Cordell Stewart, and he was actually the known one. So our first time seeing Shamea, she really came on as Porsha's friend. And they had a decent friendship from what we could see. We barely got to see too much of her, but we started seeing more of her once Porsha became single. And Shamea always came off as that fun friend, very sexy, very animated. Long story short, we started seeing the demise of them two when Phaedra got into the scene. Not necessarily into the scene, but more like in the middle of their friendship, it seems like. Shamea and Phaedra began spreading rumors about each other. Now, when Shamea would spread rumors about Phaedra, Porsha would stop her. But when Phaedra did it to Shamea, Porsha actually participated in assisting the rumor. And Shamea was very upset when she saw it, and a lot of people felt like Porsha was a counterfeit friend. Now, we've all seen the big Phaedra and Candy blow up, where we found out that Phaedra was the one responsible for spreading rumors about Candy allegedly, I'm going to say graping people and putting stuff in their drinks. Now, at the end of that reunion, Porsha ran away crying, and Shamea still tried to comfort her despite Porsha being a bad friend to her that season. And Porsha walked away from Shamea and didn't really want to hear what she had to say. Now, moving forward to season 10, Shamea is engaged and about to get married. Porsha is not showing up as a friend. She claims that she can't come to Shamea's wedding because she can't sit on a flight that long, and those flights to Africa are very expensive. Now, everyone knows that it's BS and they're not buying what Porsha is selling. Candy and her friends are even laughing at Porsha's excuse. Well, Shamea does end up getting married in Africa, and of course, Porsha does not come. And that may not be a big deal to some people, but you have to think about it. Porsha always goes to Africa. Why couldn't she come to her best friend's wedding? Now, Shamea ends up pregnant and has a beautiful all pink baby shower. Porsha comes, right? But announces that she's pregnant as soon as Shamea is having her baby shower. She's barely pregnant, not that far along, but makes the baby shower about herself and even only posts herself instead of Shamea's baby shower pictures or congratulating her. And fans noticed it and were in the comments saying, wow, why can't you congratulate your best friend or post pictures of her as well? Long story short, here we are in the newer days, and we're seeing that Porsha goes to Africa all the time. She was married to Simon. They would go to Africa. Even after Simon and her breakup, Porsha is going to Africa with Phaedra. Now, this brings back old feelings for a lot of viewers and Shamea more than likely, because we see you going to Africa all the time. You said that was too far of a distance for yourself. It's a bit confusing, and it's honestly a bit sad seeing that Shamea tends to have this bad lopsided relationship with Porsha, and everyone wants to know, when is Porsha going to be a better friend to Shamea? Or when will Shamea stop riding so hard for Porsha, who does not have her back? Now, here we are in 2025, and this is still a topic. People do not feel that Porsha is a good friend to Shamea. And honestly, I'm starting to believe it as well, because Shamea did an interview recently and she was asked the current status of her and Porsha's friendship. And Shamea said verbatimly that she would like them to pray for it. Basically, she needs some prayers to repair that friendship with Porsha because it is in the dumps. Now, fans are also speculating that Porsha getting with Simon was just so she could live the lifestyle that Shamea lives, Both of them had, at this point, a rich older African husband. Now, Porsha's didn't work out. They're saying that Shamea's husband is legit and makes good money, and their relationship was built on a healthy foundation. And it's actually the quite opposite for Porsha and Simon, who we all know Porsha got with Simon when he was still married to her former castmate. And it was a bit weird that they got engaged 2 weeks and some days after he announced his separation with the castmate. Everyone feels that Porsha was his mistress while he was married. Porsha claims that Shamea is the one who actually hooked her up with Simon. Now, we don't know if that's true because people feel that Porsha has a bad relationship with the truth, but we do know that these two did get engaged and married. The marriage didn't last long. It was only a little over a year, but during that time, obviously, Shamea and Porsha double dated frequently. Now, in a recent interview, Porsha claims that Shamea's husband had red flags for Porsha's now soon-to-be ex-husband, Simon. Now, we don't know if that's true because, like I said, people feel that Porsha has a strange relationship with the truth, but it does seem a bit weird that Shamea was still in contact with him, calling him bro, and this is post their separation. So it doesn't really seem like they have a bad relationship with Simon, but we don't know, like we said earlier, if Porsha was telling the truth or not. But it doesn't seem that Shamea and her husband are on bad terms with Simon. So now here we are in the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now the first episode, we see Shamea gets gifted a Rolls Royce that is $500,000 at her birthday party that Porsha is extremely late to. And Porsha was using an excuse that she had to film at her mother's house in Duluth, which is like maybe 40-something minutes away from Shamea's home. Now, yes, Atlanta traffic is bad, and that is a little bit of a distance. However, you have lived in Georgia your whole life near Atlanta. You know how bad the traffic is, and you know how long it takes you to get ready. You should have been prepared well enough to get there enough time. People also noticed that Porsha had enough time to get ready for a photo shoot before attending Shamea's party. She literally got dressed up for the party and had a whole photo shoot of her outfit. That was very distasteful since you were over 2.5 hours late to your best friend's party. When Porsha walks in, she walks right into the scene where Shamea is being gifted that very lavish gift. And it comes off like she's trying to steal Shamea's spotlight, and even a couple of her castmates said it on the show. Now, on a Breakfast Club interview, they asked Porsha why did she walk in that scene like that while Shamea was being gifted, like she just completely got in the middle. And Porsha says that producers told her not to do that and to let Shamea have her moment, but Porsha felt that she could do that since they are friends. Now, I don't know if you guys get like that with your friends. I don't know. But me personally watching it, it did seem like she wanted to have some attention shown on her because she was super late. Yes, Porsha looked fabulous, but being fashionably late is not cool, especially at your best friend's event. People also feel that Porsha is jealous because her Rolls Royce from Simon wasn't even in her name. Now, we do know that this season there will be future drama between these two, and hopefully it doesn't get too bad, but it does seem like it will. Now, Shamea seems very genuine and very sensitive to this relationship. For years, she's been called Porsha's lapdog and has been told that Porsha does not reciprocate a genuine friendship to her. Now, I hope that she does lay her feet down and actually get her point across with Porsha. But we do know that Porsha has a habit of becoming dismissive when you say something she does not want to hear. Tell me what you guys think in the comments, and please like this video if you would like more uncovering on this topic or even related. I definitely want to uncover some more because I find it interesting that oftentimes we can be in friendships or relationships and it seems very unequal. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you. Bye.